Hello, beautiful people of the internet. Welcome back to the Games and Culture podcast channel, whatever you want to call it today. It is, of course, the Xbox Showcase with the Outer Worlds Direct afterwards. Our final hope for Key 3, honestly. um,
They were last year and they still won.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, really rough Summer Games showcase on Friday. We if you were here with us, there were some cool announcements, but it was pretty underwhelming. Seems like this might be a little bit of a down year in terms of announcements and things to come. I wonder. I was thinking to myself the other day. I wonder how much GTA has to play in this, because up until a few weeks ago, it was still slated to come out this year. So I wonder if a lot of people were holding off stuff for
GTA
next
6.
year, or for GTA 6 to get the hell out of the way. So I don't know if that has much to do with it, but it definitely could. Definitely could. A little bit of a down presentation we felt. The Devolver Direct, if you could, the Devolver Digital Showcase, if you can even call it that, was super underwhelming considering it was only one game. Game looks cool, but I definitely wanted some updates on some other ones that I wanted to see more of. So puts a lot of pressure on Xbox to deliver today, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be fine, just because they have their own studios. They have Activision, Bethesda under their belt now.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really get Atlas marketing rights, so we might see some Atlas stuff today. So I think it'll be a good showing.
Yeah, the rumor is that it's a Persona 4 remake is coming our way. That's the big rumor, so we'll see if that comes true. I think the biggest thing for me isn't necessarily the games that are going to be shown. It's what games are coming to PlayStation and Switch 2 that I think is the most interesting beast.
Because typically they try and just keep that stuff close to their chest in the showcase. That they're coming to Xbox. That's normal for console platforms to do that. But considering Microsoft is really pushing third party now, I don't see the point of continuing to do that.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the most interesting thing, is not necessarily the games, which, I mean, there will be a lot of, and that is always what we're here for, but how many of those games are coming to PlayStation? How many of those games are coming to Switch 2? What kind of deals is Microsoft working on behind the scenes to get Game Pass on other platforms? I think a big thing would be like if Game Pass integrated with Steam. I think that would be fucking crazy huge.
To have Game Pass in the Steam integration.
Yeah, like,
so
now that we've taken this third party kind of look, we got to start thinking about, okay, well, yeah, we got a lot of great games, but what games are being on what system is going to be really interesting. So it'll be really interesting to see what has a Switch 2 or PlayStation logo slapped alongside that Xbox logo.
See really quickly if they're going to do that at all today.
Yeah, that's true. And here we go.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show me the goods, Microsoft.
Honestly, show me any good. Like, I don't want to walk away from this week being Resident Evil 9 is the biggest announcement.
It's still token. Oh,
that's true. Okay, well, that's fine then. I'm okay with token claiming number 1.
Oh, we're starting with Outer Worlds too?
Yeah, it makes sense to just do a new like trailer, and then they're gonna deep dive later.
Yeah.
In pointless warfare, we came to spread freedom and liberate resources for profit.
Wait, Helldivers, what?
Directorate agent is mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so, and they think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share. What if this stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of theirs? That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies. So, you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism.
Heyo.
Now, let's get out there and buy
Did you see those propaganda
our way
bots?
to victory.
Oh, Stitch.
Spy our way to victory.
And yearning for you. My heart and
Me and Nick both are big fans of Outer Worlds 1, so this is very exciting.
I mean, I can bring down. Apparently, I can bring down capitalism in this game, so I'm sold.
Yes. Or join it.
No,
Be a part of the 1%.
I don't wanna.
the cost may be high.
Oh,
The Shrink Ray's back. Fuck yeah. Oh.
I know you'll be mine. Someday perhaps I'll own two. For now I'll take one that's brand new. 'Cause I'm yearning
Ooh. Lava gun.
for you. For you.
Over 29.
An adventure made for capitalism by capitalism.
that's on PS5 on there, so.
And
Yep.
egos by
Well, we already knew that
staying
one was
tuned
releasing
after
day
the
and
show.
date.
Yeah, but the fact that they're showing it during the showcase proper.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Very excited for that one. Very excited to see more after this.
World premiere.
World premiere. World premiere.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humanzapron.
Oh,
Is this oh shit, what was it called?
High on Life.
Yeah, Highlight 2? Is this what this is?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. High on Life is fun. It was a fun first-person action shooter. Grabbing a snapping turtle that breathes fire.
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
Getting this winter, okay.
Okay.
Very cool. Like I said, High on Life 1 was pretty fun.
Never finished it.
World premiere.
World premiere.
I've noticed it with so far with this showcase and in years past, in last years, Microsoft's really seemed to learn to, just stop talking and let trailers go.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get Sarah Bond or
Phil
Phil
Spencer saying-
saying like, you could play the greatest games on Game Pass, and then it'll just go back to the trailers.
Yeah. But compared to what they did like the long time ago,
Oh yeah.
that's a big improvement. Wait, is this Rise?
I don't know. That's a Minotaur.
Resonance. A plague.
Oh.
Whoa.
New Plague Tale. Okay. Yeah, they aren't being shy about showcasing the PS5 logo, so I think we're gonna see some stuff come to PS5 today. That Microsoft is making.
The fuck is this?
Rectangle.
It's a controller.
Yep.
Wade's holding it.
Controller. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Their handheld?
I thought they said they were canceling it. Or oh, I think this is the ROG Ally version of.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Why you gotta show off Silk Song? Unless you're fucking announcing it.
You better be, I don't want to see nothing from Silk Song unless it's release date.
Yeah, this was long rumored.
I mean, neatish, I guess, but like,
I don't think it looks very good.
that was Rogue Ally look very good.
Yeah, the fact like the screen kind of is coming off of the handles, I don't like the way that looks.
But I mean, I have this. I have a Steam Deck. I kind of don't need it.
See, told you.
Player
Told you.
And that's
Told
what
ya.
you've seen from us over the years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We delivered Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play? Our next step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device. The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your hands, bringing together the power of Xbox and the freedom of Windows.
That's a stupid
On
statement.
this
'Cause I
Xbox,
can hold
you can
any
play games
Xbox
across
in
your
my hands.
entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and
Just
Battle.net
saying.
to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect.
It's an Xbox.
The highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silk Song will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year. In fact, every new game you see in today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally. We have always wanted you to have a unique experience.
That basically
with Xbox
confirms that Silk
on
Song
any
is supposed to
screen.
come out this year.
That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, smart TV.
How much are we stretching that?
the new
I
Xbox
don't
That term,
know.
like,
Xbox
She said
experience
that
like
the Ally. She said that the
library,
ROG
progression,
the
friends, and
Xbox
achievements.
Ally releases
There are
later this
over
year, and Silk
1,000
Song will be a
Xbox Play
day
Anywhere
one
games
Game
on
Pass
Xbox
title when it
today.
I'm
releases.
just saying,
And every
there's some games that are playable on Steam Deck, but
is Xbox Play Anywhere. And
I would not play those games on Steam Deck.
You can always have
So,
access to Game Pass.
there's a level with the portable console you just can't get.
To
Yeah.
critically acclaimed indie hits. This is the freedom we believe players should have. Any game, anywhere. And we are giving it our all every day to make this vision real. But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core 6, our relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time. We both believe in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that. From Rebel
Bandai
Wolf
game?
Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG
Oh!
steeped in dark
Blood of
fantasy
Dawnwalker.
that I can't
Fabulous.
wait for you to explore. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
I
Alright, back
forgot
to
that
the trailers.
Bandai Namco was publishing this. I'm excited that we actually get a look at it too.
Oh,
Monsters have always been here. Watching from the shadows. at our weakest. They came out into the light. We feared for our lives. But we should have feared for our souls instead. The vampires didn't come to kill us.
Oh God.
No, they came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead. Their worst nightmare. A Dawnwalker. Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all.
He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
So excited for this game. If you didn't know, this is some of the leads from CD Projekt Red that worked on Witcher 3 left
Oh.
and made Rebel Wolves. So this is their first game. So this game is
Oh.
going to be really, really, really good, I think.
World premiere.
World premiere.
They do love that.
Candy Crush now on Xbox. Super Meat Boy.
Oh. I'm about to say, you ain't allowed to do that work, babe.
3D
Oh?
Super Meat Boy. Oh. Oh, this is nuts. I'm on board. It's always satisfying to see one of like the first indie kings still kick around and still do fantastic, you know? It's like Super Meat Boy was like one of the first indies that kind of like blew up.
Meat Boy 3D.
No Switch on that one. That's interesting.
Surprising.
Xbox Game Studios presents world premiere.
Go ahead,
Toy
take them out.
Tecmo.
Watch your
Is this
I think it's Ninja
is this
Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden?
You're a wanted criminal now.
Yeah.
I'll kill the
Yeah.
Dark Dragon myself. It's my mission. My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Damn. Ah, damn.
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
Chainsaw Spear.
This is it.
Whoa.
Sayori.
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
Platinum Games, baby. Stylish as fuck. Team Ninja plus Platinum Games. Too much style for the brain to handle.
The Dark Dragon is mine.
Looks good.
Oh, yeah, looks great.
October 21st.
Wow. All right. October's gonna be a busy month for Xbox apparently. So, because literally a week after that,
Bethesda.
Outer Worlds comes out. So. DLC for Indiana Jones?
Third person mode? Third person mode? No.
Here we go.
Nah, if anything, I think it'd be DLC. I need to finish this game. A new
DLC.
This is where it starts. Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch. Find a secret relic. Bring it back to the Holy See. Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
Troy Baker's so good as Indy too. Like, god damn. Order of Giants. September 4th. Okay. To PS5, day and date. Oh boy. So much is being shown in the subtlest of ways. World premiere. That never gets old, in my opinion.
It's so goofy.
It's just, yeah.
Creature goodness.
Oh. That's a giant tree.
Group?
Oh, nope, it's a giant tree deer thing.
Game Freak?
Game Freak?
What are you doing here?
What the hell?
So this is where Skylar and Violet's budget went.
I swear to God, if this is an open world game that runs well, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. This looks cool though.
Yeah, I always forget that Game Freak can like they're not owned by Nintendo. They can make games for other things, just you know, Pokemon.
Very clearly though, the most of the devs are working on this instead of Pokemon. I wonder if Game Freak doesn't want to work on Pokemon anymore.
Then stop working and make someone else do it. Give us a shit.
Yeah, right. Beast of Reincarnation. This looks cool.
No Switch.
That looks cool.
Yeah,
I wonder if Game Freak doesn't want to do Pokemon anymore. You know?
Someone else do it. God, let someone else do it.
The glittering streets of
You see Bethesda?
do shine.
Yeah, I think that this is Clockwork Revolution.
Okay.
I've been waiting this because in the last Xbox they didn't show this off. This game looks crazy good.
Angle.
Here's to playing in the mud.
Oh, so it's Game Studio in Exile.
Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
Keep your filthy pickers off me!
The pissed off doll.
It ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
The doll.
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been affronted! I have been baffled!
Lord Griswick.
Bertolt!
Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill? We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall.
Yes, sir.
Built rather slim, well, muscular. Mm-hmm. Was very quick, agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
He peed himself.
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him never. Got it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say I'm touchy!
Oh shit!
Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Fuck.
Here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no! I'll hurt you, you fucking meatsack! I'll leave you with a pissing pan of peaches!
You've either got a gang at your back, or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed. Let's go and
Very
end a few
cool.
arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fiddle with time. Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake and make it like it never happened. We can change the world as we know it. One choice at a time. And I can even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell ya, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
I was already excited for this game, but this looks sick as hell. Oh shit! Clockwork or Revolution? Coming in due time.
And piss off.
Ugh, still no release date for it. God damn.
Our creative teams are dedicated
Oh,
to
wow.
bringing
We
players
get Matt Booty as well.
award-winning, record-breaking, critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom, The Dark Ages from Bethesda, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard, and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make. So of course, our games will be available day one in Game Pass, and every new game we make for both Xbox consoles and PC will be Xbox Play Anywhere. On behalf of our creative teams, thank you. These experiences don't stop when you put down the controller. As you've seen in recent years, more and more of our characters, stories, and worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV series broke records and brought millions of players into the game. We have more projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before. When it comes to growing new franchises, Obsidian is having a year like no other. From launching a blockbuster new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October. Obsidian is always delivering great games, and they have a third game launching this year.
Wow.
We'll get to go deeper on it in our Direct, but until then, let's take a look.
I thought that the
World
Direct was just for Outer Worlds, so I guess there's something else that they're going to cover as well. I guess it's just an Obsidian Direct.
Could be. Maybe.
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul.
He-Man?
I am already on board with this.
With new flexible legs, the yoke girth action figure can ride anything.
Yoked girth. I'm already on board with this. This looks fucking
There's
crazy
been an
stupid.
explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos
Jesus.
descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a strange scientist.
It's Grounded.
But that was made by Rare though.
Set to dedicate a
No, that was Obsidian.
teenagers
I'm pretty sure it was
back to
Rare.
Science robot Burgle and
I thought it was Obsidian.
when an
We'll
explosion
find out.
erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
Oh, never mind. It was Obsidian. I thought it was Rare. Okay. Never mind. You're right.
You gotta keep them separated.
And I'm already out
Grounded
because
you.
they played an Offspring song. I hate the Offspring.
Grounded 2, is this is?
Yep. I mean, I guess cool. I didn't know that game did well enough to get a sequel, but. Damn. Entering early access in July. Okay. Cool, I guess.
I never played it, so, but
Yeah, me neither.
The predecessor, ND3500, reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log. Attempting data salvage.
Blooper.
I have encountered an unprecedented orphan. It was in a state of suppressed
Oh, this is going to be a game for you, then.
behavior pattern of the orphans populating the area.
I mean, they did a good job of Silent Hill 2 remake, so.
Yeah.
They become exceptionally aggressive. It is highly recommended to proceed with caution.
I remember we saw this. Can't remember when it was.
Destroying the nest is now in progress.
Oh.
Such is our calling.
Such is our calling.
Fall 2025. So many PlayStation logos.
Going to 2 thus far. Did Clockwork Revolution have a PS5 logo?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so 2. Okay, so 2.
Oh, I think this looks like eligible. Yep. You get to have pets now? Well, all right. Change server-wide event. Cool. I guess for people that play it, cool. World premiere.
Oh. What's this?
He's in space.
Mayday! Mayday!
Someone
To mission control, we're falling!
like crashing?
Thomas, the ship's breaking apart! There's no time! Evacuate! Now! Thomas, come in!
Ariane, you sacrificed everything for a new world, to save mankind. And I'll always
Don't
remember
nod.
for that.
I haven't played the other game they just released. Blood and Rage, I think it's called. It's on PlayStation Plus.
This looks cool.
I recommend Don't Nod for leaving behind Life is Strange to go pursue something else. On the other hand, like, are they see what Deck 9 is doing with it right now?
Yeah.
I think it's goddamn Avengers.
I think this is just interesting because
Wherever you are.
Aphelion. I think it's interesting because nobody does narrative platformers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Wow.
It was the Cloverfield monster. Oh, that's cool. A game in collaboration with the European Space Agency. That's kind of cool. It's kind of weird, but kind of cool.
Welcome to England, Mr. David.
It's getting more and more distorted every time they do it.
But he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family.
He
for
left you
generations.
this hotel in his will. Oh god, I already know what kind of game this is gonna be
A
then.
little eccentric.
You'll see.
Life sim meets hotel management meets fucking farming in the backyard.
A hotel famous across the land. Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
So I need to renovate my home. Can you help me? Yes. Here's a gun.
He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off. You seem like a good man, like he was.
I'm in. They don't suspect a thing.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of what you're really up to. Because if they find out, they will wicker man your ass.
You keep looking into things, and things are gonna start looking back.
Okay, this is not what I said it was going to be.
That's how it is.
The only one you can really trust is me.
If that cat's name is not Cheshire, I'll be upset. There are no ghosts at the Grand. Okay, that actually looks kind of cool. No PlayStation logo for that one.
Interesting.
So that studio might have gotten an exclusivity deal with Xbox. Xbox Game Studios.
There are as many gods in the world as there are stars in the heavens. And
Total
when we
World?
need their
You
help,
mean Total War?
they send us a hero. Who would have guessed the defender of my homeland would be my daughter?
She unlocked the heavenly spear, but is she worthy?
Definitely an RTS. Age of Empires, that's what it was. Okay. I never remember who has what RTS. Age of Mythology.
You can't rule if the heavenly spear is mine.
Cool. For all those RTS players out there. Ever Studio.
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가? 만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단의 이익을 저해한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까? 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가? 그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐.
Whatever this is, this looks cool.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가? 당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것입니다. 누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다. 지정태. 지정태.
Wudong, 2 hearts. That looked cool as hell.
Interesting.
That looked cool as hell. Changing tones dramatically.
The intro was interesting, but War of the Worlds type of shit.
Oh.
Novo tu alibemo iwa lotaname. Ona otalima diefemo. Teonami. Toma tu acalio terali.
Continues.
I guess it's a sequel of some kind. Planet of Lana 2.
Planet of Lana 2.
Children of the Leaf.
I never heard of Planet of Lana 1, but
I never heard of Planet of
oh, there's a Switch
there's
logo.
Switch logo. Okay. I never heard of Planet of Lana 1. I feel kind of bad. I'm gonna look it up on Steam real quick.
Bethesda.
Okay, I found Planet of Lana. It is a
76.
Well, hello there.
It is a $5 game.
Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole, wouldn't you say? When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity.
Gotta go get a drink.
You'll find fish of all flavors in every walk of waterway, from its mightiest of rivers to its humblest of ponds.
I'm pretty sure this is Fallout
Just
76.
step up to the bank, cast your line, and when your bobber starts bobbing, reel in the rewards. What do you got on there, Jed? Worms. And how are they biting today? See for yourself. Bagging the big fish starts with finding the right tools for the job. There are as many unique combinations of rods, reels, bobbers, and baits as there are fish in the sea. And when you've caught your fill, pop over to the local tackle shop to swap fish tails. Can you smell that? No matter what troubles plague the future wastelands of Appalachia, you can always find comfort.
He said Appalachia, so
cozy
it's
little
Fallout
joys
76 fishing DLC.
You just gotta know where to look.
It's on Fallout 76 best ongoing game in 2024 by some publication. So
Find and build your own little
that's all I got up.
paradise. A place
I'm like, so say that if I'm
to
gonna
collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden. And nothing warms the heart like a neighborhood.
Like, I'm glad that they were able to recover the game.
Yeah, for sure. But like,
Join today.
Dude,
I don't care.
Kicking back and sharing a meal with friends in beautiful Appalachia.
Gone fishing. Oh, that's a good pun. That's a good pun. That's funny. That's funny.
We're just getting down another one gibberish now.
It's my trigger phrase. I awakened from my slumber. Hey, I've seen that enemy in Expedition 33.
No, solo leveling. They're getting their own game.
Yeah, but what kind of game is it?
Looks. Doesn't look like it's a fighting game. Yeah, looks like it's an action RPG.
There you go. Okay.
Okay. I've never seen solo leveling.
I've never seen it either. It looks cool. It's got some stylish stuff in it, but yeah, I've never seen it either.
Described as aura farming the anime.
Hey, yeah, that works. It's probably the most popular anime right now, so that works. Fall 2025.
Oh, okay.
No PlayStation logo on that one either.
That's weird.
Oh, please tell me this is a new Pokemon clone. It really does look like it. Oh, yeah. Wait. I think this is Power World.
Because the zoo is called Paw Print.
Oh.
But it's definitely Pokemon-esque.
Yeah. You turn into the Pokemon?
Oh. Yeah. Okay, well, we are a Pokemon game, but without the guns this time.
That is an otter with a knife. Well, I guess it was a shovel.
Smack them with a hammer, though.
Okay, it's like Pokemon Action RPG. Okay. This looks cool. I'm into this.
Animo. Alright. Alright.
Cool. I'm into that.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just want to say thanks to everyone for all the love and support we've seen since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life, but more than that, I've seen them help spread a love and appreciation for skating all over the world, and that means everything to me and the team. I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
Love me some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, baby. Something I think is also really cool that they've done is they've tried to get as many of the skaters that were in the original game back. And so Bam Margera from Jackass and skateboarding fame doesn't skate too often anymore. He's been trying to get his drug problem under control and stuff, which more power to him. I hope that he's posted a lot of videos of him skating these days, so I think he's doing better. But they brought him in to add him to the game. Which is super fucking cool. So I just really dig that. They're putting new skaters in, but making sure that the old skaters still get their due as well. Yeah, there he is. See? Speaking of the fucking devil himself.
I don't know how I game before, personally.
They're fun. They're fun. I just have always loved skateboarding, even though I'm not very good at it. Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Well, just Michelangelo it looks like. But that's sick as hell. That's sick. Yeah. Yeah, they already announced this, that Doom guy was coming in. Demo? Cool. Ah, Shadow dropped the demo. Cool. Switch 2
Switch
as well.
2 logo.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking, I love Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. This looks cool.
Interesting art style.
Yeah.
Spirit Fair. Ooh.
Indie Darling from a couple years ago. Action platformer, I dig it. Oh, it was like
Light building, kind of.
Yeah. It kind of looks like there's some like Final Fantasy VII remake, kind of like you can slow down time and enact a move. This looks cool as hell.
At Fate's End.
Next year.
Alright.
Coming to all the major platforms. Okay. Notably, no Switch on that one as well.
Yeah, that's weird. Because you would think that one would do well on Switch. Maybe there's no confirmation for it. Because there's a lot of there's not a lot of Switch in this. And maybe there's a lot of just like not confirmed. So I just don't want to show it. Oh, E-Day. Here we go. I'm assuming it's E-Day. Where's this? Reloaded.
It's reloaded.
It's reloaded.
Love the Gears of War franchise. This would be that change gaming forever is probably a little much.
It does have a legacy.
It does have a legacy. I don't think you can claim that it changed gaming forever.
Look who decided to show up.
Maybe it perfected the third-person cover shooter genre. I'd say that.
You think you can still find your way back home, Phoenix?
Looks like they upgraded. Bowser, baby! Let's do this.
This is gonna be awesome.
Honestly, kind of surprised that one's not coming to Switch 2 as well.
World premiere.
This looking very Persona. This is Persona 4. The rumor was true.
Yeah, there's that music.
Yep. Inaba themselves.
It does look very good.
It looks great, yeah.
It's Chad Murakami. Revival.
Wait, is that all you're gonna show? Wow. So, I know we talked about the voice acting thing the other day. That tells me that the voice actors might be right, because why did we hear anything?
The Smugglers League is always there. But you won't see us.
See you, thieves.
You won't hear us. And the only way you'd ever know it is if that's what we wanted. As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns, explosives.
And don't forget the rum.
It's a life of danger like no other. So I guess my question is, can you handle that?
Getting your hands on gold is one thing, but you should know that this is what we're really after. The bigger the boom, the better. Smugglers need to be adaptable. It's more than moving under moonlight and shadows. You should be ready to take advantage of others' misfortune. Stealing, of course, is always an option. Just do whatever it takes to get the job done. You are pirates, after all.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League. You're paying for that.
Very cool, very cool, very cool. Glad to see that game's still kicking around, although I'd like Rare to make something else. That'd be cool.
World f***ing premiere.
World fucking premiere is what that just said. Hell yeah.
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
Oh, wait. Was that Invincible?
I think that's Invincible, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Invincible. Yep.
Yep.
Had enough yet?
No, Dad, not even close.
I wanted to suspect some alternate universe because in the show I haven't seen Omni-Man wear the white suit yet.
I haven't watched the show, so I need to. I've been meaning to.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
Where's that of me?
To propose a third option.
Rex.
I'm not your son anymore.
It's a fighting game. It's a fighting game.
I'm going to throw you off this planet for good. I'm.
Yep, it's a fighting game.
Versus. Alright.
Fucking lame.
I make it work.
I mean,
there are a
sure.
lot of characters.
That's the problem. Is that they know
So
it could
it's not,
work.
It's not a fucking arena fighter. It's a 3v3 tag.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was a good format.
Yeah, my thing is just like, Of course, a fighting game with superheroes and supervillains works. Of course. But why not do something a little bit more creative?
I think for the universe I think this actually is the right.
I mean, that's
how
fair.
fucking brutal it is.
And that's fair. I'm so sick and tired of superhero fighters, with the exception of being Token, because that's fucking dope as shit. But like, oh,
finally they get it.
What are we doing? Oh, Xbox is getting Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh, okay.
Some years.
You know what? Good for them. You know?
Remake Intergrade.
Also
The
coming to
Rebirth?
Xbox is Rebirth.
16?
Yeah. Oh no,
16.
Final Fantasy 16. Good for them.
Know your place, little lamb. There's no one to save you now.
Ugh, game's so good.
I kind of want to play it again. It's so good.
I've been thinking about getting it on my PC. Even though it can't run on my Steam Deck, I just want to see how my PC runs that bitch.
So good.
Ben Starr, this is a message for you. If you would like to come onto a small indie podcast to talk about video games for 2 hours, we would love to have you. We can't pay you, but we promise a good conversation because you are well learned in the video games. So it would be a good conversation. Oh, 16 available today. See? Shadow Drop. Fucking satisfying as shit. And a Final Fantasy 16 Shadow Drop at that. Like, dope as fuck. World premiere. Oh, Xbox Game Studios world premiere. Okay.
Double Fine.
Double Fine. Oh, we finally get to see what they're doing.
You know, especially we have a half hour to go on this. I was surprised I haven't seen this year's COD.
Maybe there isn't going to be one.
Which is surprising.
Is this Psychonauts 3?
I don't think so. We're kind of soon for that.
It looks very Psychonauts-esque. Are you just this lighthouse? Oh, okay.
Yes, that is very good. This is clearly gameplay. You're playing on Lighthouse.
Weird flex, bro. And his bird friend. Okay. A story of friendship. A lighthouse and his bird. The bird is turned into an egg. Sky whale. All right.
Keeper.
Oh, it comes out this year. All right. That looks interesting. So it might be fun.
Games like Psychonauts 2
There he
showed how
is.
Double Fine
There
excels
he
at
is.
creating unique and innovative experiences, and Keeper is no exception. Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox. You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release, our Xbox Ally handheld, which lets you bring your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games, updates, and experiences that are coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud
The
of
math
the
doesn't check
creativity
out on that one, Phil.
Obsidian
Sorry.
is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at the Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the direct, we have a final world premiere. Enjoy.
Man, we're already done? World premiere! There's also a butterfly up there. I don't know what that means. Persona 6?
No.
Welcome to the guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission in action. Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's a virus.
I'm Emma Higgins, CEO of the Guild.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah. Interesting.
Fear is a powerful thing. David Mason.
Mason. This is Black Ops.
Yeah, I guess it's Call of Duty. Yep.
Yep. Was it Black Ops 6 the last one?
Yeah.
So we're just going 6 to 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
No release date or anything. No release window or anything. Okay. Is it coming out this year?
Is that 2025 like, you know, like a copyright thing on it?
Yeah. That could just be when they registered the Black Ops 7 name.
I'll be real. I was into that first. As soon as it was kind of like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. We here at the studio have joked around that this has been the year of Obsidian, with Avowed releasing early this year and now ending the year with 2 more games. And what better way to
Obsidian's
cap
had
this
a pretty
incredible
busy
for
year
us
this year,
than by
for
doing
sure.
what our studio does best: sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of here, Fergus. Thank you so much. No, you're
Ben
doing-
Schwartz.
You nailed it. The sequel is the lifeblood of every great franchise.
love Ben
Think
Schwartz.
about it. The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel, that's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no raccoon tail. No sequel, no Zune 2, which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
Damn.
There
Shots
was-
at Microsoft.
There was a Zune 2. I'm Mark, the head of sequels here at Obsidian, and I have
Mark,
sequelized
the head of
everything.
sequels.
Blockbuster movies to AAA video games to my first marriage. So trust me, I know what I'm doing. Come along on this journey with me. Part 2.
I love Ben Schwartz. He's so fucking funny.
Let the killing commence.
I wonder how Outer Worlds 1 on Switch 2 is.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
I was thinking that to myself.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a sequel to The Outer Worlds 1. It's a continuation of the themes of robber barons in space and how people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over them. This time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more time and money, which is a great thing, and we're able to make it a much more true Obsidian reactive RPG than we were the first time around. So we're going deeper and more complex with everything for this sequel. Deeper story, lore, RPG interactions, reactivity, all the things we've been known for as a company. It's really a complete realization of everything people want from an Obsidian game. Surprisingly, this is the first time in over 25 years that I've had the chance to do a full sequel for a world that I helped co-create. It's really just a fantastic opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways, and to go even further with the themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian corporate reality.
You can shoot your way through it, you can talk your way through it, you can sneak your way through it. And so no matter what kind of play style that you like, this is just an awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG. Interesting characters, deep worlds, important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits that impact things like combat, conversations, and areas that we call RPG interactions, which are the part of the world where players can use their specific skills, perks, and backgrounds to solve problems in unique ways in our new, bigger worlds.
I love a deep RPG experience, and building out that RPG crunchiness for our players was at the forefront of what we set out to create.
Genius.
Prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos so players can express their role-playing power fantasies. We also have different equipment options for different playstyles and different companions with different abilities.
Oh yeah, they just cranked everything up to 11. Oh yeah. I think this could be a
In the
game of
first
the year
Outer Worlds, you
contender.
start
I don't
off
think
as
it'll
the
be
Stranger,
Activision
which was
33, but I
basically
think
a
it could
blank
be up
slate
there.
to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game. You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role. That role is an Earth Directorate agent. You can think of them as kind of like space cowboys or space sky marshals. They're the good guys that go into places and kind of fix everything that's wrong. You're gonna be one of those. But we don't tell you why you joined the Earth Directorate. There could have been a lot of different reasons, right? It could have been because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy. It could be that you're a roustabout and you just had nothing better to do.
Nothing better to do.
One of the really
I love
important
that.
choices we have next
I just hear.
traits. While we had attributes in the first Outer Worlds, we've leaned into traits for the Outer Worlds 2, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you
Oh,
pick.
this looks cool as hell.
So it could be something like Brilliant, where you can tag extra skills and you start getting extra skill points. And that's obviously really great if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance And you also get a lot of really cool
Certain
options throughout the
opportunities
game
are
as well.
just accessible to you.
Of course, we talk about dumb, so the players
so.
love the dumb option.
Tell me, do you believe in signs?
Oh, that means you could be dumb and lucky.
You live inside.
I like your
He decided to stop. Nope.
I could put your
I like your good temper about.
You get lots of really cool,
I kind of
fun
want to do a dumb
conversation options
lucky
in the game, but we took that even
playthrough.
further. And again, there's lots of elements in the game where you can.
What you're saying is you all play as a CEO of the game.
Banging on a machine to get it to work.
Capitalism.
After you've invested in some of your traits, your next choices are going to be choosing your skills. The skills themselves basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything from playing stealthily to speccing for an explosive specialty.
There should be an option to draw it like a bat.
Throughout your entire journey, your character continues to change with the different choices you make. In the Outer Worlds 1, actually had more skills than we have, so we condensed them down to really the core and essence of what we really wanted there. But we made each point that you put into a skill much more impactful. So instead of getting small percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put into each skill. And again, all these things, because of how they're checked inside the world itself, can matter quite a bit. You know, just even having one additional skill point in something can open up a lot more options in the world itself. If anybody's played Fallout New Vegas, they'll be very familiar with like the perk system. We basically borrowed that. But
That's a magic word.
We actually have more perks than Fallout New Vegas did. But here's the cool thing, right?
This
we
looks like
tested
it's gonna-
using perks for
Go ahead.
literally everything, right? So
I've said it before.
want to make a stealthy.
If City is just better at making a Bethesda game than a Bethesda is.
Okay, great. Well, you can take
This
maybe
one
the
like is
pickpocketing perk,
screaming
so that's
like
not available to everybody. But
they
if you
took some
select
stuff
that,
from Baldur's
now you
Gate
can actually
3
go
and
around steal
combined it
things out of
with
people's
Fallout
pockets.
New Vegas and Outer Worlds 1 to make Outer Worlds 2. Like the
I'm excited for it.
specialties are very, very
heavy-handed,
D&D.
right? Where say
and
you're a melee person.
That's pretty cool.
What this does is now your power attacks that you
I mean,
actually knock.
most people consider Fallout New Vegas to be the best Fallout game. And then,
I really like the serial killer perk.
Outer Worlds just a better Starfield before Starfield even existed.
And you can take those hearts, and essentially you're taking these trophies, you could say, and it's actually giving you a permanent health bonus every time you do it. We have this perk called Assassin. Now, this is an early game perk that you can take, which every time you stealth attack an enemy, you're actually going to get a movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, right in the dick. Jeez.
Flaws were a system that everybody loved from the first game, but we wanted to make it more personal to the player.
This is making me want. This is making me want to replay the first one.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, for sure. That's kind of why I was like, I wonder if it runs better on Switch.
With the flaw system returning, we knew
What does run on your Steam Deck?
bigger,
Yeah, I
better,
know.
and more real than ever
But I
before.
wanna play my Switch
so,
too.
We turned to the team. I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got. Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give me something. Inspiration. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
What's wrong with you?
I have bad knees.
You got bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot?
Yes.
When you walk too much, they hurt?
No cartilage.
Sounds boring. Makes you sound like a boring person, but it's in the game.
I know it.
It's a good flaw. What about you?
I like to take small things sometimes.
So you're stealing.
No, I'm taking.
When do you give them back?
I don't.
Claire. Yeah, you shouldn't be stealing. What are you doing? You shouldn't be stealing, Claire.
Tiny crimes.
Tiny crimes? Do you hear the second part, though? It's a crime.
Well,
You're stealing. Claire, that's
though?
wrong.
It's a
You can't
crime.
steal things, okay? But it's an amazing flaw that I'm putting in the game. But you're a bad person. And are you the one that took my stapler?
do you need it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please. You, what do we got? Flaw.
I like to stare at the sun.
How long did you stare at the sun?
Just lunch break.
An
Just
hour?
my lunch break.
Oh, I only get 30. You guys get an hour?
I get an hour.
I get an hour.
Oh. Makes me feel energized.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3?
No. Anything else? We'll put it in the game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you. Anything else?
One of my favorite flaws is something called bad knees. It will actually give you the option to take this flaw that'll make it so that you move faster throughout the game. But the problem is, anytime you stand up, your knees are going to make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well, everyone around you is going to hear you.
There's one called Kleptomaniac. This is really interesting because what it does is when you steal something, you can actually sell it for more bits than normal, and like that sounds really great.
Oh
The
my
drawback
God.
Is sometimes when you're looking at things in the world that are owned by somebody else,
Oh!
you automatically steal
It just
them.
automatically
You have to be
steals
very careful
them.
about how you use that.
One of our more wacky perks is the Sun Gazer Flaw, and it just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So
Oh my-
everything becomes like light shafts and blooms
my
and
God.
hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
Oh my God.
If you happen to be the type of player that habitually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared. Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes on all of your weapons, but if you ever fully empty your magazine, you're gonna take a debuff for a while. While we support options like being a gunslinger who wants to key into destructive weapons, or a rogue who wants to alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them, we also allow for a lot of fun and experimental builds. You can be a mad scientist who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and armors.
Oh
Or
man.
even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better than, in my opinion, the bridge area, which has a quest you get early on in Paradise Island.
This is making
Not
me
only
so
do you
excited
kind
for
of
this
encounter
game.
this very early, and it's a very core one to the story.
I think this might be
but
my
it
most
really
anticipated
expresses
game
our
now of the rest of the
philosophy of
year.
allowing the player to solve
No, I think you're right too. I'm in agreement.
The fucking, I mean,
So you may
the
solve it
flaws
by,
are
speech
hilarious. They were
options. You may
hilarious in the
talk to
first
them and
one,
maybe have to go do
but
a
now
quest with
we've
them and
just
really
cranked
kind of
everything
prove
up
that
to
you're
11.
A friend of the Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
You could go guns blazing, and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across. You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and then actually sneak in under the bridge to get over to the other side. You can bypass the bridge entirely if you found like certain gadgets, like the shield gadget that protects you from poison gas as you go across, or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way. There's even a really kind of messed up way, right? Which is players can actually sacrifice one of their companions. Their companion who they just found is part of.
We're no different than the Breeze if we start tossing our own to the rats. I sure as law ain't gonna follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit, I'm surprised we could come to an understanding. But I thank you for your loyalty, stranger.
Just sacrifice a companion across a bridge.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really showcases that we want you to be able to solve this in whatever way you want to. When you build your character your way, we're there for you. We really want you to have the experience that you want to have out of this.
From the very beginning of
This is literally going.
Outer Worlds, we
built a better Starfield than Starfield
Colony.
before Kingdom came out.
Expand on all aspects.
Now to see us do a better Starfield again.
Own thing with its own flavor.
A better,
and we can
better,
center them
better
around anything we
Starfield.
want. Any ideas or setting we're interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship is thematically based around the question of how much freedom people will give up for security and luxury. For Protectorate subjects,
Answer my question.
unfortunately, that answer is everything. The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the Outer World's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind.
Yeah, damn.
They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on
$10.
solving the equation for the good of everyone,
It's steel.
not as a way to simply control the masses. The player's been sent to Arcadia as an Earth Directorate agent to find out how
need
the
to finish
skip
Claire's
drives are
secure.
causing the rifts and what can be done to stop them. Each of the factions
And this thing ain't helping that.
problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies. In addition to expanding the themes and lore of the Outer Worlds, we're also expanding the humor, so each faction has its own flavor of absurdity. Anti's Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity, at a profit, of course.
One of my favorite things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that. So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. You also have a ton of music. Each station might have, like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks, if you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're gonna be cheering you on as a hero.
Wonderful news, everyone. The uranium gas leaks at the
propaganda.
repair facility, strongly believed to be caused by Anti's Choice malefactors, have been corrected.
Some hotshot for hire just managed to fix the electrum leak in their repair facility. Now, I'm not saying we caused it in the first place, but we sure like the idea of all those broken auto mechanicals and all the excessive gasping and choking involved.
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds, and like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices. Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely. There's also a somewhat cute automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val. Marisol's part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help. There's also a cultist named Azza, who is part of a sub-faction that worships the rifts, and in her case, violence in general. You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. At one time, Anti's Choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts to make them more formidable. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work, and most of them are now dead. There's a combat medic who survived, however, named Inez, and she wants the player to help her fix her graft, among other things. Finally, there's Tristan. He's a Protectorate arbiter who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily armored package. It is your choice to either help him judge wrongdoers or show him what true justice looks like.
We definitely have reactivity in the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game.
Obsidian,
But let's say
Obsidian,
if
I'm
you've not
already
been treating them
sold.
well, you'll find out at the end of the game what that means.
Companions are a very, very important part of merchandising, because that's the real beauty of the sequel. We're talking merch, baby. It is the lifeblood. It is what fuels us. Do you want to see some of my ideas? Hop, hop. Check this out. Gen Alpha loves body pillows, especially ones that look like human beings for some reason, right? Who needs a significant other when you could have a knife-wielding space psycho up in your sheets, huh? What do they do with them when they get them, huh? Maybe a little napping, maybe a little snuggling, maybe a little...
And
The visuals of the first Outer Worlds depicted a frontier
I'm
colony
already
in
sold.
space. The Outer Worlds 2 is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia colony system by Anti's Choice, which shifts the visuals to be
So
more
funny.
reminiscent of a World War I-like setting in space. That evolution is seen across all aspects of the game, starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything, including extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The Sovereign uses it to maintain control. Anti's Choice uses it to help their bottom line. The Order just wants to show how it exists within the grand plan. We want players to feel like Arcadia is a living, breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under Protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Anti's Choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature style, repainting buildings, posting guards, and adding propaganda-based holograms featuring Anti and the Moon Man. Showing the towns evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our players. One of our priorities in visually realizing the world of The Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design. So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to, what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story. The first Outer Worlds was really about player interfacing with corporations. And while we have that in The Outer Worlds 2, we really want to express not just the corporations, but how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures. And then we elaborate on those.
Burn them all down! In larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle and parkour your way through all of the nooks and crannies of these worlds. It really allows the player to just explore and have fun finding really cool stuff.
We've aimed to make everything in The Outer Worlds 2 better from top to bottom. The RPG elements were the start, but that's touched our story, our art, and especially our gameplay. A good sequel is true to the original. That's first and foremost, right? Like, we all want to add in a bunch of things as you're making a sequel, right? We want to make it bigger and better in every way. That's what we were trying to do here. And I thought, we did not need this consultant. We've made enough sequels. We understand how to do this. And I will say, I don't think it's been entirely successful.
I am very proud of the combat improvements we have made in The Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented combat system. You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good? Shush, what are you even talking about? You haven't seen it yet. Watch this. Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my COMBAT system, combat system. My name is Mark, I'm the head of sequels. Shall we begin? You're thinking, what's C for? C, capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're gonna take those people, we're gonna make them buy the sequel, giving out pounds, pounds, pounds. Quick ones, ha, ha, not you, Dev. Here we go. What comes after C? O, optimize for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers, okay? I wanna make them happy, so let's, okay? All right. Mobilize the players so they're ready for that sweet, sweet pre-order. Clap with me. Sweet, sweet. If you don't have rhythm, Brandon, just say it. Sweet, sweet.
Rhythm, just say it.
Everybody has a different rhythm, and it's blowing mine. And here we go. B, burglarize. What is this? It's basically just finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean? Right, Otis? Okay, well, it's a big part of the game. A, you gotta agonize about how many people are gonna be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all. We should look at ourselves. What is wrong with us, huh? We can't have one love story in this? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you're in love. Okay, are you lying?
I have a wife.
Put your hand down. T, trois. In French, that means two. Sequel.
I think that means 3.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. Come on.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
We're on 2. And how do we end it? Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I've kind of changed the world of video games today.
For The Outer Worlds 2, we wanted to improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS, the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host of fun and unique weaponry. We have things like the Bourse Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades, or can even be eaten by the player for additional health.
Okay.
Called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the pop-up gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are distracted, you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to The Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can use frag grenades to flush out enemies, smoke grenades to camouflage and escape, distraction devices to bait enemies into a stealth attack, and even science grenades that will levitate enemies, allowing you to fire upon them while they float helplessly. And of course, science weapons are back. We have returning favorites, like the shrink ray. This time it's been upgraded so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a sprat and run over them, exploding them into bits.
Love it.
The shrink ray, that was probably my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them, so we made sure to double down on that stuff.
Bonk.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover or all kinds of different things, and they will continue to just hit them until they get destroyed. And we have another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do. One
That's
of my personal favorite weapons
so
is
fun.
called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything. in its
BFG.
path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to devastating effects.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors, and we've really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting people play the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details. But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both? Well, now you can swap between the two, letting you enjoy the experience in whatever way you like.
I do like third person.
Yeah, I do like third person as well.
One of the things I really like about having the third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and unique armors and armor combinations and weapons that you can equip your player with. All of the actions that you could do in first person, so you're double jumping around, you get to see your character in that way. And you get to
I was sold this game before this all
That's what I'm
directed.
saying.
That is.
Obsidian, I'm already sold.
The Outer Worlds 2 is
It's like they're
really the
cramming
biggest
like
game we've
food
ever
in my
made.
mouth. I'm like, I'm
Bigger
full.
choices,
I'm full.
More reactivity, more weapons.
It's
More
delicious.
things to find in each of the worlds the players can visit. The team has done incredible work bringing the Outer Worlds 2 to life. And we can't wait for you to play it.
Even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing to do. We're so excited for more people to be playing our games. It is truly an exciting time here at Obsidian. We're exploring worlds big and small while expanding on franchises that we've created, and we have no plans to slow down. We hope you all continue to come along with us as we do what we do best, make your worlds your way.
Fabulous. That was a really strong showing for this game. Like, I am thoroughly hyped.
Yeah, I mean, it's now easily my most anticipated game of the year.
Yeah, like I said, that's what I'm saying as well. Like, I'm very, very excited for this.
With the Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also the promise of Xbox. You could play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it may be hard to play it when you're staring at all these beautiful holes. Let's cut that. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. Oh yeah, now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play the Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing the Outer Worlds. Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You could play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays The Outer Worlds 2. What do you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not an Xbox, so you cannot play The Outer Worlds 2 on it. You can't play anything on this. I guess Bread. You ever play Bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other? I don't have friends. If you pre-order the
Bread.
premium
Okay.
edition now, you'll get early access, which is like a prequel to the sequel, or is launch the sequel to the pre-order, or like, why are any of us alive at any time? It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely just hit a home run with. You know, it's really nice.
PlayStation goes, this is an Xbox, just to like,
Take it away.
slowly like, hey, wait a second here.
Oh!
And big exit?
It's weird to me, though, that they made Outer Worlds go first. Much
do
bigger
what?
game.
No, I heard you say, I was gonna do what now?
So I said it's weird that they
What
made
started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down
Outer
to the
Worlds
size
2
of an
go
ant,
first in this
trying to survive
direct.
in the backyard grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of
Thankful, I care more about that.
built,
Yes.
crafted, and fought off giant bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. And to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the direct to give you a deeper look. There's so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game. So with the
All right, that
sequel,
was
we
funny.
have the chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal. Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even larger world. the
Oh,
Brook Hollow
Eidos
Community Park.
Montreal helped with this? That's interesting.
When we started working on Grounded 2, we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Everyone at Eidos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our two studios share a lot of DNA. The same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to us. Choice and consequences, player communities, and doing justice to great IPs and great franchises. The fact that we're the first partners that they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
So there's Max, Hoops, Willow,
and Pete.
They're a couple years older, which means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature. It's 1992. The world's a little bit different, but we're still in that fun, nostalgic era of the early 1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded. The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow and what secrets have they been hiding.
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane at normal size, but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant. Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar. All of these areas come to life in a brand new way.
Part of the fun in Grounded 2 is that the park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were shrunk. And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state. And that leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore. One of my favorite examples of this is the ice cream cart. In all of the commotion, the ice cream vendor's cart has been knocked over and its contents have spilled out into the ground. And what this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore this frozen cave of interesting challenges and colorful Lovecraftian horror.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park. And so there's all these toxic chemicals under the ground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach. We are oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future updates, you're gonna see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better, we also knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking. We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a quick attack. And almost all the insects in the game will have these abilities now too. Sort of like a chess match, but one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun. We're leaning into clear play styles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues, effect-wielding mages, and ranged hunters. In the first Grounded, we have mutations, and there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2. I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardiofan mutations with the wolfbane daggers and the wolf spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom. Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the best ways. I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community comes up with and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype system. It's going to be awesome watching it evolve with player feedback and watching us try to keep up with all of your game-breaking builds.
Not really my cup of tea,
One
personally.
of the great things about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts, from builders to crafters and everything in between. If you've ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm nice.
But the game has its fan base, so
I'm a murderer of insects. Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting things, and bringing the materials like insect body parts back to my friends to use. This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
We're also trying to make sure that armor and equipment are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends. It was really, really important for us to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking for since the very first Grounded release. Mounts. Our mounts, we call them buggies, have an entire suite of moves and have their own special abilities and attacks.
We really wanted the buggies to be an extension of the player in every way possible. And that meant making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities across all the core pillars of Grounded. So that doesn't just mean exploration and travel. That has gameplay implications for combat, crafting, and building as well. Just like how we wanted to expand on player playstyles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every buggy that we add has its own personality.
The The Red Ant Soldier can enlist up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support. The Orb Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting, but they're awesome when it comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy hitters. They're also super fast, and they have some great special abilities, like a scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects, and the ability to shoot webs and entangle other creatures. So the Orb Weavers won't be your base-building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that. But they're super fun for exploration and combat. Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at game preview launch. There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with. The connection that our Grounded community has with us is something we want to keep forging with the sequel as we make an even bigger game than the original.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to game preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world, but there's so much value in building it alongside the community.
Bug.
Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park. What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design for Brook Hollow Park, archetypes, buggies, all of it. We also learned a lot from that first time around. One thing that stood out immediately, players blaze through our content, especially the story. That makes sense. Story, characters, world building, that's kind of Obsidian's thing. It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre. So this time, we're starting with a much bigger baseline.
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
One of our favorite parts of the first game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time around, we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what our players discover and how they interpret it. Because you never know what might inspire us as development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning and then following through was key to building trust with the community. As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing and scope, and what we found resonated the most with all of you were bigger, beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer to land. So that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously and make every drop count. You can expect in our big updates, new buggies, new biomes, new building pieces, all the good stuff. And we're launching with a public roadmap so everyone knows what to be excited about in the future.
All of us at Obsidian Entertainment and IDOS Montreal are super excited about how close we are to letting all of you players get shrunk a second time and explore the all-new park on buggies in Grounded 2. If you're a returning Grounded player, we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting Tiny, then all I can tell you is that a world with an entirely new perspective and an entirely new feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park. It's time to ride together and survive together.
All cool things, I suppose. Very cool. Very cool. Again, though, kind of weird that they ended with that. I think that should have gone first. And it's sizzle reel time.
We have been expecting you.
Pretty good show.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say the direct portion of the show was definitely the strongest they've done.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the main show, I don't know if it was as good as last year's.
Yeah, it just furthers my thought process of this is just a down year. It seems like a lot of major players are hard at work on some stuff. I think this showcase though, I think is going to be defined by what's missing. No Fable.
No Fable, no Perfect Dark, no Gears of War E-Day.
Yep. So was there some cool stuff? Absolutely. But there's a lot of stuff missing as well. But on the same token though, Outer Worlds 2 looks extremely good.
It's easily from the show. I mean, which is what they were going for, and they hit it.
Yeah.
Which I did see something about the Invincible game that's interesting. So apparently this is being made by a dev team that's made up of former 2013 Killer Instinct devs.
Interesting. Okay. That is cool. That is cool.
So.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So, I mean, that's the show. Yeah, like I said, I think they showed off some good stuff. Most notably, Outer Worlds 2. It was good to see Clockwork Revolution after a couple times of not seeing it. But just like with Summer Games Fest, I feel as though we are holding some big stuff back because studios are far away from release or still hard at work on it. And so here we are. With that, to be honest, without the Outer Worlds 2 Direct, I think this is like a super middle of the road presentation. Like, Outer Worlds 2 did some heavy lifting.
I can see that. I mean, it did some heavy lifting, but I mean, we can pull up the list of what was pre-order because they have all these trailers, going up as they go on.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we start with the Outer Worlds 2, obviously. Again, that's the game of the show, which again, what they were going for with that, it achieved its goals and more.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's going to be a race between it and Activision 3 for my game of the year. Looks like as my guess. They're going for two different things. And just considering Activision 3 came out from nowhere, I would imagine that. Still keep Activision, but still, it looks super good. We'll talk more about it in a minute. I want to talk about the smaller games first. Sure. High Life 2. I mean, I'm surprised that it's getting a sequel, but I mean, it's good for it. It did better than I thought it did.
Yeah, super cool to see. Definitely not opposed to a second one. First one was pretty funny and pretty fun, so cool to see a second one for sure.
I know it's on PlayStation now, so I think it's on PlayStation Plus. I don't know. I have so many games I need to play, but I might try and beat the first one. I actually beat it before this one comes out. Let's see, Residence, A Plague Tale. It's a new Plague Tale game, and those are. Yeah. I need to play the first two. I've heard nothing but good things.
I own the first two. I just have never played them. I've heard some really good things. So cool that it's getting a third installment. And it seems like it's like. I don't want to say spin-off, but like they said Plague Tale's story, so it seems like it's maybe kind of a splintering off somewhere. So that's pretty cool to see. And the trailer looked good, so awesome.
That's what was the Xbox Ally, which
I think that it is a good move for Xbox to put this out. Oh, excuse me, because Game Pass on PC is where they're seeing the growth, for sure. Things like the Steam Deck and stuff have been very, very popular. So getting your name out there on one of these handhelds, I think, is a good move. The fact that it's still a Windows handheld, so you still get access to Steam and GOG and whatever launcher that you want, or Epic Game Store, but it being the Xbox app being prioritized for Game Pass and stuff, it's a good move. I truly believe it's a good move. I And I think honestly, I think that's why they scrapped their own handheld allegedly, is because they can just license out that Xbox button and make some decent revenue off of licensing it out.
I mean, I'll agree with that. Them licensing the hardware process out is a smart move. That's what Microsoft as a company typically does, instead of everything besides the Xbox itself. So I'm cool with that. I just don't know if it's really going to be like successful, because like the Switch 2 is obviously going to dominate anything portable. But this be more closer to a handheld PC like the Steam Deck. But the Steam Deck is still far and away the best in that specific space, barring the Switch 2. But even with that being the best in that space, arguably, I don't. What's the metric for success for an Xbox on this? Because Steam Deck, despite us praising it, and Valve being okay with its numbers, is not like a super high profile device. Like the Switch 2 is going out. The Switch 2 probably is already on the verge of outselling it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, so I think last reporting was like 4 million Steam Decks sold, something along those lines. So
yeah, and
the Switch obviously has sold 155 million units. So
there's reports that the Switch 2 sold 3 million 24 hours.
Yeah. So
I
think they are competing in different leagues.
Yeah, my biggest concern is, what are they comparing to? What's the metric for success? They're trying to compare. They're trying to compare it to the Switch success. You're losing. You can't win
for sure. I think as long as the metric of success really just is if you can get a few people that were going to buy a Steam Deck switch over to ROG Ally for the prospect of, the Xbox Ally or whatever the fucking you want to call it. I think that's the metric of success, because I don't know how much Xbox is going to be tracking the sales of this. I think more so ROG will be tracking the sales of this. So I think the value proposition for Xbox is just, hey, let's get a couple of these people on Game Pass.
Yeah, I don't know. I never know what Xbox's metric for success are, so that's why I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think this is just a situation of, we think this is cool. We understand that the handheld gaming PCs are popular. They're a growing trend. We just want to put our name out there without having to spend the R&D to make our own. So let's partner up with one of the leaders of this movement, the ROG Ally. We'll just slap an Xbox button on it, call it a day. Ask them to put our software at the forefront of that. Since it runs on Windows anyways, we can pretty much make that demand. Bada bing, bada boom. Somebody goes into Best Buy looking at a ROG Ally. They recognize the Xbox brand, go with that instead of the regular ROG Ally. Xbox's PC app's the first thing that boots up. They join Game Pass, play games through Game Pass. That's a win for Xbox.
We'll see. I don't know if it's that simple for them, because it's never with Xbox.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be interesting to see what the agreement with ROG is. Like, are these Xbox allies replacing all ROG allies?
No, there's no way to.
Or will there be the ROG Ally sitting next to the Xbox Ally?
I don't think it's replacing. We can move on though.
Yeah.
Next thing was the Blood of Dawn Walker. So the game from the Witcher studio, former Witcher 3 devs.
Yep, it was announced earlier this year. We covered it on the podcast briefly. First gameplay shown off here. I'm super excited for it. It gives me kind of like Dishonored vibes, where like you are making the choices, because they said in the announcement you can feed on people, give up your morality and become stronger, or you can stave off the hunger and retain your moral, retain your soul. That's why in the trailer they said, we were feared for our lives, but we should have feared for our souls. So very interesting gameplay proposition. I think it's going to be pretty good. It's from people that know what they're doing when it comes to action RPGs. So pretty excited for that one.
Super Meat Boy 3D. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, they're getting a 3D platform.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 4 looks good. We've seen that earlier in the year.
Yep.
Indiana Jones DLC coming today and date to PlayStation now, which makes sense. Like the game's already out, and PlayStation put out the DLC.
Yeah, going back to Ninja Gaiden 4 for real quick, coming out this year, later this year. I think it said what, October?
Something like that. I can pull it back up.
I think it was October.
October 21st.
Yeah, because then the week after is Outer Worlds. So yeah, so making good on the promise that it's coming out later this year that they gave us earlier in the year. So cool. And then the Indiana Jones DLC. Super glad that Machine Games is getting to do a DLC for it. That means the game sold pretty well, and obviously it did well critically. So just all around cool to see. Kudos to them.
Beast of Reincarnation, the Game Freak game.
It looks good.
It looks good, but like, damn.
I cannot describe to you how angry I will be if this is a functioning open world. Like I cannot. So, when Nick and I hung out on Thursday for Switch launch day, that was one of the very first games that I tried on my Switch 2, and the Switch 2's hardware makes the game a lot better. Scarlet and Violet. Holy shit, though, it still is not a good game. So if they can make a functioning open world in a good game, I'm going to be so mad. This just screams Game Freak doesn't want to do Pokemon anymore. And if that's the case, fine. Nintendo can source a developer that can do this. It's not a tough formula. Game Freak's almost 30 years of work can be reused. I immediately in my head started swinging, like, who could do a Pokemon game? And I'm like, Monolith Soft would make a really fucking cool Pokemon game.
That's exactly what I was going to say was Monolith Soft. Just consider they're doing the Xenoblade. I think they could do a real good job with it.
Like, god damn. So, is it cool to see Game Freak doing another game? Absolutely fucking, cool. It just screams they don't want to do Pokemon anymore. And,
Pokemon.
Huh?
I don't want to do Pokemon anymore.
I mean, fair. I'd love to see, there's so many great other studios that would take up the Pokemon name passionately. Like, my mind goes to Monolith Soft, but there's a ton of indie devs that do Pokemon clones, like Cassette Beast or Koromon or there's
Intelligent Systems.
Intelligent Systems. There's a ton of dev studios that would take up the Pokemon mantle and be like, this is the most important thing we have ever done, working with the world's biggest franchise. Let's do it. Whereas Game Freak is just sitting on their laurels saying, we've done it for 30 years. They'll buy it no matter what. Who the fuck cares? We're gonna spend Nintendo's money and work on this thing. Damn. But yeah, Beast of Reincarnation looks cool. Looks like it's got an interesting premise. Fucking, you better bring that same fucking passion to Pokemon ZDA, you motherfuckers. Because you're bringing back my favorite thing of Mega Evolutions. This fucking Pokemon ZDA better be my fucking game of the year, Game Freak. Or you need to give up the license.
I've only seen enough of ZDA. It's not going to be.
I know.
It may be better than Scarlet and Violet, but the bar is in hell.
Yeah.
So they have to beat that. But to be something that good, no, it's not gonna be that.
I know, but it should be. It should be. Pokemon games should be winning Game of the Years every year because of the amount of fucking money that is just shoveled in. Even if we're excluding trading cards, toys, and everything like that, Scarlet and Violet sold 10 million copies in 3 days. The fuck, dude. I can't rant enough about Game Freak, so we need to fucking move on. Beast of Reincarnation looks really fucking cool. It better be fucking bad.
Bad. Because it's Game Freak.
It just better be bad. If you're making a better game than your Pokemon game, that's wrong.
Some about Game Freak whenever this game comes out. Either they don't, or they can't make a good game, or they just suck entirely.
Yeah, like I said though, this just screams we don't want to make Pokemon anymore. Somebody save us. And if that's the case, fucking fine.
We're all begging you to stop, Game Freak.
Like, I can name 5 studios on the top of my fucking head that will make a better Pokemon game than Game Freak. Monolith Soft and Retro Studios are the top 2.
I need Retro Studios. No, I need more Metro Prime.
Well, I know. What I said was that can make a better Pokemon game.
I mean, yes.
Like that was my statement. They can make a better Pokemon game.
Let's
Should
move
they?
on.
No, because
No.
they got Donkey Kong and Metroid to worry about, and I still
Yeah.
want those games. So
let's move on. The Clockwork Revolution.
yeah, this game I'm super excited for. It's very much so BioShock DNA. It has a super cool art style, and this is the first time we actually get to see actual gameplay for it. And I like the heisty kind of element to it. It looks interesting. I still need to see more. Obviously, we don't know virtually anything about like the gameplay loop or anything like that. But it's so crazy to me that we still don't have a release date. This game was announced, I think, like 4 or 5 years ago. So
I mean, dev cycles are rough right now. So
yeah.
we can just Grounded 2 right now. So this they announced. They had a direct, but I think we can stress it now. This wasn't obviously the show.
Yeah.
But it looked okay. It looked
good.
bigger and better than what the first one was. But it's just not something I'm gonna be playing.
Getting a hand from Eidos Montreal too. Eidos Montreal, fucking fabulous studio. They make great games. Guardians of the Galaxy being like the one that stands in the forefront of my mind. So cool that they're getting the assist there. It looks good. I won't play it. I'm not into the survival games, but for those that are, it looks like you're getting a really good sequel. So,
Chronos: The New Dawn, the new game from Blooper Team. I'm interested. They've had a bad track record up until Silent Hill 2 remake, and then they knocked it out of the park with that. So I'm hoping they can keep this momentum.
lots of games with Dead Space vibes this week. Very, very interesting.
Not complaining. I love Dead Space is great.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls DLC, big. That's cool for that.
Yep.
Aphelion, the one from Dontnod and is working with the ESA.
Yes.
That seems kind of cool.
Yeah, like I said, not too many people do the narrative platformers. So this game that very end of the trailer where some kind of beast attacked that guy, maybe there is combat, but all the gameplay that they showed, it was just platforming. And I think that can be really impactful. I think of like games like Limbo that are narrative platformers. So it's not a genre that typically gets done, but it's definitely one that could be cool. I think the partnership with the ESA is really cool. It's pretty cool. So I'll definitely want to see more, but definitely one that I'm going to keep on my radar.
No Ghost of the Grand seemed interesting. It really started off one way and then went to a different way.
Yeah.
So that's something I might check out.
Yeah, I love it when games kind of circumvent expectations. Like, this looks like a life sim game, but actually it's a psychological horror. Like, it's pretty cool. This obviously has some very Lovecraftian kind of DNA. There's definitely a greater mystery to discover. At the start of the trailer, I was not interested. By the end, I became interested. I'll have to check this one out.
A new Age of Mythology DLC word game looks. I'm not sure which one was, but one of the two stuff.
It's a DLC to a remaster. So
okay.
that Age of Mythology Retold was the remaster. So I guess maybe they're adding a DLC back to it and charging people for it. So cool if you like that DLC, I guess.
Yeah, I don't buy no DLTS, but regardless, Moving Two Hearts that looked really good.
Yeah. Looked really good. Narrative military shooter with some other vibes to it. I think that's going to be pretty cool. I think there's the potential there to tell some really good story because, when paramilitary things happen, it kind of affects everybody. So obviously, it looks like some kind of city was under attack, and you play as both soldier and survivors. So, look cool.
Yeah. Planet 2. I never played the first one, but it looked pretty good.
Yeah, I looked up the first one. It's like a puzzle platformer type thing. So if you're interested in it, the first one is available. It was like $5 on sale on Steam right now. So
Fallout 76 DLC. I mean, like I said, I'm glad they turned the game around. But I'm not interested in playing it.
Yeah, and Outer Wilds still just proven why modern day Fallout is not good.
No.
Like,
no, it's that. I'm saying when I want that type of like single player RPG experience, I go to Activision. Like that's just like I want to play Avowed, but it's not on PlayStation just yet. So I figure it will come soon. They seem to not Xbox at this point doesn't seem to announce like a new franchise coming to PlayStation. Like during these prepares, they'll announce it on like social media when they do that, like Forza and Gears, how they did that.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting an Avowed announcement for PlayStation anytime. Like I won't be surprised. So as soon as they announce it for Play, I'll get it there.
And it'll do well on PlayStation as well. So
a solo leveling game, it looks pretty good. It's not a fighting game, which with shonens you always battle arena fighter, which is like to stop. Not every fucking shonen needs to do that. So the fact that they're not is cool. The Anemo, that's what it's called, the Pokemon-esque game.
Yes. It looked interesting. Turn into the Pokemon. It looks like it just looks interesting.
Right, check it out. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Super cool.
At Fate's End, that looked really good. I really like
Yes.
the Fate's End look at that. I probably will get that on my. I think it was on Switch too. They said so. I'll probably get that on Switch if
They did not show a Switch unless they announced it after the fact. They did not show a Switch logo for that one. That was the one that we were surprised that it didn't have a Switch logo associated with it. It did have a PlayStation logo though. So
it depends. Yeah. Well, I'll get it on Switch 2 or PlayStation 5, whatever I can get it on. Switch 2 primary, PlayStation 5 will be back up. Gears Were Reloaded. I will pick that up on PlayStation just for the irony.
I'll be buying that one on my PC because I imagine if it's so they said that everything that they're announcing is Xbox Ally compatible, which means to me that it probably will play on the Steam Deck as well. So I'll probably get that one on my Steam Deck and PC. I love the Gears of War franchise. I was a proud Xbox 360 owner. I love Gears of War, so the fact that we're getting to go back, I really wish that we didn't remake the first one again, because 2 is my favorite in the franchise. I think it is the best game in the franchise, so I would have rather seen a remake of 2 since we already got a remaster of 1, but I love Gears of War. I think it's a great series. Looking forward to E-Day. So I'll play Gears of War. That's fine. I'll fucking play Gears of War, so.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played 5 yet, but I'm glad this coming more people can play. That's cool. Persona 4 Revival. I'm not too fond of the name. Reload made sense for because gun. Rewind.
Yeah, it's right there, isn't it? It's just right there. It's just right there.
The little TVs, like it's right there. We use rewind. It makes sense. Revival is like okay.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
it should have been.
I mean, I'm hoping that that there's all like a ruse that the cast isn't coming back and they actually are coming back for this because like the cast for 4 is iconic.
Yeah.
4, they really took those rules and made their own. Part of me is like I'll still play it just because like 4 is still really good.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll miss that. That cast is so good. I don't have. I mean, obviously, I didn't play 3 just because I don't care the fact that they removed Katoni from the game and didn't put her back. But 4 never did any of that. So 4 is just like, okay, just it's the same game again, which is cool.
Yeah. From the perspective of somebody that did play Reload, I'm excited to play 4 with some of the modern improvements that 5 brought on because that really did help my enjoyment of 3. And I think I love Persona 5 Royal so much, but I think 3 Reload is the nicest looking game of the modern Persona. Like it's really good.
5 uses its own proprietary engine, which is what also Metaphor runs off of. But 3 Reload's on Unreal.
Yeah.
So
yeah, fucking Atlas, use more Unreal. Your proprietary engine is great. Do not get me wrong. But Unreal Engine. But
I think for those that 4 is running on Unreal and
yeah.
So.
So I'll still play it regardless. I will still support Atlas and all the things that they do. But my enjoyment of it will be extremely hurt if they have changed the voice cast. And the fact that we didn't get any audio from anybody tells me that there might be something to what the voice actors are saying. Because, I mean, why not have Teddy fucking say something, Like,
it makes sense. Again, to replace the 4 casts is strange, just because like they made like 3 casts never just kind of like did the roles and then went back into the thing about it. Like, okay, cool, whatever. It sucks, but and there was some stuff where the actors left. Like, okay, get it. But 4, like everyone who did 4 like are still around.
Yes.
So and you have Johnny Young Bosch as you in Adachi.
Yep.
So and then you have
Yuri
Yuri,
Lowenthal.
freaking Spider-Man playing your first teammate.
Yeah.
Troy Baker does Kanji.
Yeah.
So like you had like a big cast. Like I feel like just keeping these people would have been just fine.
Yeah.
I think maybe the issue that a lot because like Yuri Lowenthal probably in 2008 was cheap. He ain't cheap anymore.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Plus, there's also like the voice actor strike that's going on and stuff like that. From what they shown, this looked kind of like in early development. Like I know that they released Persona 3 Reload last year and Metaphor last year, so this could be something that's still in its early days and we won't see it for a couple years. So it's very possible that maybe they do want to bring the voice actors back, but can't because of the strikes right now. Because
I mean, the environments look good though for what we did see. I mean, like 4 used the same like top-down isometric stuff like 3 did because this was the time they had to. But this uses 5 and 3 reloads. You know, you can just full environment. You can turn camera around type of deal, which is good. So and like there was a chibi look to the original game.
Yes.
This does not have that anymore. So and if you haven't played 4 is amazing.
Yeah, 4's great.
So,
I stand by I stand by the desire to remake this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it deserves it. I think that it's going to look really great in the newer art style. But Jesus Christ, bring back the voice cast. Like, come on. Even if you're just using the recordings from Golden, like that's
here's
fine.
The thing. Here's the thing. If they don't bring back the original cast on PC, someone's going to mod over the new cast with the old cast.
That's true.
It won't be that hard. That's going to happen immediately.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So, that's probably gonna be a very common mod, honestly, just because the forecast is so good. So I really would rather again. Last thing I'll say, I really rather them not just bring back the old cast because I don't want to. If a new cast does do it, they're gonna people who mod games on PC are going to do that in droves. Yeah. And I really just rather not have their work done that way. So,
yeah, for sure.
Moving on, new season of Sea of Thieves. So I mean, cool if you played that. Invincible Versus. I'm interested in this. You weren't. But it's the fact that it's also Killer Instinct Dev says, okay, that's so.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I'm just so sick and tired of the superhero / anime default being fighting games. Like, yeah, I know that that's kind of crazy to say since we're so hyped up about Token, but Marvel superheroes are getting other style of games.
Yeah, I mean, like Invincible hasn't really made a game yet. So, I mean, I get what your point you're making. My biggest thing was just arena fighters. Period. It wasn't fighting games. It was arena fighters because those just are really not good. Like I could do an arena fighter if it was done like Tekken style, but they're not. They're just these weird like jump force. And I'm just This is a tag 2D fighter. Like okay, that's much better.
Yeah,
way better. Sure. And made by a team who made a good fighting game, Killer Instinct. So I'm excited about it. I wonder when it comes out. Final Fantasy 7 remake and Final Fantasy 16 coming to Xbox finally. 16 today. All I want to say is this: you better be buying these games.
Yeah.
Like you cried about it for so fucking long. Y'all better be buying these fucking games on the platform. Like 16 is fucking amazing.
Yes, it is.
Some people dog on it, but like we don't do that here. 16, we stand by. There's no 16. There's no 16 slander on this channel.
Absolutely not. That game is solid, rock solid.
Yeah. So buy your fucking games, Xbox players, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
Buy it. It's fantastic.
Yes. 16 is great. When 7 remake comes out later this year, buy it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree with that sentiment. They complained and cried and bitched and moaned forever. Same thing with like Wukong as well. Wukong comes out this August for Xbox. You guys better fucking buy the game. Like, you bitched and moaned and whined and cried. You got your wish. Fucking buy it. Play it. Final Fantasy 16 dropped today. Go buy it. It's fantastic.
Fine. That kind of weird.
Yeah. What was the name of it again? Keeper.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah, weird. But I mean, Double Fine only puts out weird stuff. So
yeah. Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
I cannot believe this is happening.
Oh my gosh! One, I'm supposed to get a date. Is this year or is it next year's?
That's an excellent question. It did not get a date.
And also, we just do this with like Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, where we had an immediate sequel the next year and it didn't do very well. So like, I was kind of into it. Like at first, like this seems kind of interesting, and then I was like Black Ops 7, like it's Call of Duty. I don't fucking care.
You know what I wish they'd do? Start
What?
selling the campaigns separately for like $30.
Here's the thing. I mean, the app for Call of Duty operates like that. Every other games like feed into Call of Duty HQ, which you can, if you're buying digital, they all go into that, and like you can install and deinstall each Call of Duty game and campaign separately.
Yeah, I know you can do that. I wish I could just buy the Call of Duty campaign separately.
No, I agree with that.
$30, I get to play I get to buy the campaign, and then that's it. 'Cause I don't want anything to do with the multiplayer or anything like that. The campaigns typically are pretty fun, but not worth $70 to $80.
Oh, and no, it's gonna be $80 because like Microsoft said they're gonna start doing that. Because Outer Worlds 2 is gonna be $80, which I guess is a good segue to go to Outer Worlds 2. Now, granted,
wait, Outer Worlds 2 is $80?
Gonna be. That's what Microsoft said. That they're going $80 this winter season.
Yeah,
so,
but they didn't list specific titles. I do not agree with doing that one at $80.
I mean, it was
Call of
good.
Duty $80, absolutely, fucking milk the people. But Outer Worlds is not going to have the player base. Same with Ninja Gaiden to warrant $80. I hope they do not make it $80.
Well, that's Koei Tecmo, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, no,
it's helping, but
yeah, but
so I don't know, but I'm imagining Outer Worlds 2 and Call of Duty will be $80. Now, granted, I mean, I get the argument you're making that Outer Worlds doesn't have the player base that Call of Duty does. I mean, so Call of Duty players are going to buy it, whatever. And even though Black Ops 7 looks like really we're doing Black Ops again, like, it's going to sell well because it's Call of Duty. Like it's just, but people buy their slop every year. But from what I saw personally, I would rather pay $80 too than Call of Duty, just because like I love what I saw about it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm going to pay the $80 for Outer Worlds 2 because it looks fantastic and it looks well worth that money. But I'm just like, I think that they need to have a little bit more of a dynamic pricing strategy because not everybody's going to spend $80 on everything.
No, I agree with that. I don't say $80 is. I mean, going $80 for Mario Kart. No one should be charging $80 right now. But if they don't open the floodgates with Mario Kart World and Microsoft, just like, oh, I can do that now.
Yeah.
Cool. Everything's $80. So.
Whatever. But yeah, we can talk about Outer Worlds. That's just surprising to me. That would not be a business decision that I would make. I'd absolutely put Call of Duty at $80, fleece them because that's essentially a captive audience. I don't think Outer Worlds is the same.
No, it's not. They're not a captive audience, but Call of Duty's they know they're getting fleeced and they just come back asking for more. So whatever.
Yep.
But back to Outer Worlds 2's with the show for the direct. Damn.
Yeah, phenomenal. Like I think that this year is going to be a three-way fight for Game of the Year between Clair Obscur, Ghost of Yotei, and Outer Worlds 2, which is super cool to see because I think all three of these games are made with love and passion and the right way. So to see them duke it out for the Game of the Year is going to be exciting. I think and maybe Ghost Yote falls out. Maybe Ghost Yote is not good. I'm putting a lot of faith in Sucker Punch, but even if it's just Outer Worlds versus Clair Obscur, these are two studios. I mean, you could tell by the Obsidian video. These are two studios that are very passionate, very player forward companies making games because they want to make great games. And I think Outer Worlds 2 is an evolution of that sentiment in the best ways possible. More funny flaws, better gunplay, more extravagant guns, a more extravagant story, more ways to play the game, because that's what all of us RPG players like, is that freedom. If I want to talk my way out of it and never fire a gun, I should have that player choice too. If I want to sneak and stealth my way through it, I should have that player choice too. If I want to pull out akimbo fucking shrink rays and just fucking yeet people into oblivion by kicking them around, that's a choice I should be able to get to make. And it seems like that is driving Obsidian 100% when it comes to Outer Worlds 2.
The fact that there's a negative perk where your knees crack if you stand up.
So fucking funny.
What the fuck?
That's so funny. That's so funny. And the Kleptomaniac one was also really funny. You get more money when you sell stuff that you steal, but there's just gonna be some times where you can't control what you steal. That's so funny. Like, oh my god. And like, that's the kind of video game dev charm that I think is present in all of the games, all of the great games of the world. Like, we see it in Clair Obscur with the funny outfits and the funny characters and the writing. We see it in Outer Worlds with just the fucking wacky shit that they're doing. It's all of the games that we've been super passionate about on this channel, you see that level of love and care in. I can promise you that. And so this is going to be one that we're going to be pretty fanatical about. I can definitely see. And I think that the trailer did the most. I think this presentation did the most important thing, which was get me hyped about Outer Worlds 2 to the point where I want to play Outer Worlds 1 just to get a slice of it early, Yeah,
I'm ready to do a replay of it. So that's probably the best thing they could have done.
Yeah.
So they came out. They definitely. Again, we were going into this expecting to win the game of the show, and they took it handedly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not even close. Mm-hmm. So, I truly am excited for Outer Worlds 2. I think it's going to be extremely good. And yeah, we're gonna see come October.
So ratings time.
Oh man, so I feel like this is kind of hard because, like I said, I think Outer Worlds did a lot of the heavy lifting. I think there was some cool stuff seen, but it just like with Summer Games Fest, it just felt like there was a lot that was missing. How are we not seeing Fable? How are we not seeing E-Day? How are we not seeing what the fuck 343 is up to? Perfect Dark. Like, there's lots of games that you've announced that your financial fucking quarters hinge on that you're not showing.
And yeah, you mentioned 343 because 343 he came out in 2020.
2021. Remember?
21?
It was supposed to launch with the Xbox, but didn't because everybody hated it.
You're right.
But yeah, 2021.
Right. 4 years.
What there you couldn't do a Halo tease somewhere in here? Like
That's
Indiana
weird.
Jones DLC and Outer Worlds 2 and all of that stuff is totally fine, but like, you have heavy hitters like Fable, Halo, and Gears of War, E-Day still in your pocket. What is the status on them? Where are they for this presentation?
Good question.
So
I'm gonna give it a B plus. I think because Outer Worlds 2 did so much heavy lifting, and there was a lot of good stuff. The extra information from other games that we knew they were coming,
yeah,
it would be higher. But I think B plus is where it's gonna land at for me.
I'm gonna give it a B. I think that this, just like Summer Games Fest and Day of the Dev, there wasn't a whole lot of release date information aside from stuff that was already gonna be a lock for this year. They fucking showed off Silk Song and fucking didn't show anything else about Silk Song. So that pissed me off.
I'm so sick of hearing about Silksong, and like, because they made a Silksong joke at Summer Games Fest, and they made it on here, and then like the Switch 2 thing, they had a sizzle reel, a small sizzle of Silksong. Like, dog, it's been years. I don't want to hear one word out of your fucking mouth. Give a release for that game. Like, it's just
for
ridiculous.
real. For real. It's stupid. But yeah, Outer Worlds did a lot of heavy lifting, and there was some cool stuff seen, but I just feel like stuff's missing. We don't have a whole lot of release information aside from things that were already locked down for this year to begin with. Like, it's just odd. So I'm gonna give it a B, solid B.
Okay. Well, everyone's gone but Nintendo, and who knows? I think they should do something because yes, you have a new system now. What am I buying for this?
Yeah. And I think I think it needs to be relatively soon. I think not doing one this week, since the Switch 2 literally launched, is totally fine. But I think in 2 weeks' time, you should be announcing a direct.
You need to show me more Donkey Kong.
Yep. More Donkey Kong needs to be seen because that game's releasing in like
July.
4 or 5 weeks. I think that you have the Pokemon Presents coming out in July 22nd, so you can leave off Pokemon Z to A. But what's Metroid Prime's 4 release date?
Don't wait till September to tell us this information.
Yeah, that's a cornerstone game of your holiday plan. You need to get out information on that. What else am I buying? What else are you putting out in the early part of next year? What do I want to spend my Christmas gift cards on? Like, all of that stuff needs to be shown from Nintendo. We have our Switches 2 in hand. All of us are playing Mario Kart, blissfully unaware that we need more games for it. But that day one, week one fervor to play Mario Kart is gonna wear off fucking fast. So, what else have you got for us? Like, we need to know. So I think in 2 weeks, I think that's the time frame. 2 weeks, you need to put out a Nintendo Direct.
Which I think was the time frame they did last year too, about a couple weeks after the showcase for Xbox. So it was later in the month compared to everyone else. So they might have to be doing that again. So that's fine. Just by the end of the month, there needs to have been another Nintendo.
Yes, it's time to start doing your marketing for your holiday stuff. Because I know that you don't just have Pokemon and Metroid.
I agree.
So
BB plus is our rating.
Yep, BB plus, wherever the middle of that falls. I definitely think it's the best showcase. Well, maybe not the best. I think it probably ties with PlayStation's. I think
I'm still going to PlayStation the edge just because like Owls 2 was like phenomenal looking, but we knew it was saying Token. PlayStation had one of like what the fuck is and Token just blew our minds.
Yeah, for sure. Token's the most surprising announcement.
So, and which is always good. When we want to have stuff like that blows your mind moment.
Yeah.
And that was the big announcement of Token.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the edge.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're tied. I just because both of them were heavily carried by one game in particular, and so I'm gonna give the edge to Microsoft in this case, just because they blew my mind with something that I get to play in several months.
Yeah.
Versus PlayStation blew my mind with something that I'm gonna play probably next year, maybe. So. I'll give the hype edge to Microsoft this time.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I think it's gonna do us for today, and then we'll the next thing. Either a turn direct or our next podcast episode in a couple weeks.
Yep.
More reviews of stuff we gotta review. Who knows?
Yeah. The Metaphor review is coming. We just have to find 3 hours to do it. That's kind of hard. We're both busy people. Like, this is hard. Because we're going to be talking for a while about it. We are intending to do a Switch 2 review as well.
Yes.
Both of us have our systems. Both of us have been playing our systems. I think our review is going to be a lot more positive than a lot of people are putting shit out on the internet for. So look forward to that. We're gonna give some more time to them. Maybe next week, possibly do the review on it. both of us been playing Mario Kart and some other things on it, running benchmarks on Switch 1 games, those kind of things. So I think we're going to have a good take on it. A lot of negativity around it, and I don't understand why. So don't expect that from our review. But we, you know,
long story short, the Switch 2 is it's a Switch but better, which is what I wanted.
Which is what everybody wanted. I don't know why there's any kind of discourse about this at all. But anyways, let us know in the comments, what was your game of the show? What was your game of the weekend? Probably still Token, honestly. I know I just said the Outer World thing, but I am still mostly excited for Token. Let us know in the comments who you thought could have done better. Who won Key 3, and why. Let us know in the comments all of that stuff. And as always, subscribe if you haven't. We will be live for another Nintendo Direct should there be one. You know us. We'll cover the Pokemon Presents. You know us. We'll cover it all. We'll be there. News for you on your side. And like I said, yeah, subscribe if you haven't. Share the video with someone that needs all this kind of news, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yep. All right, we'll see you next time.
Yep. Thanks.
Adios.